Hey, I'm Dan from Nonfiction Gaming, and you're joining me on Offworld Trading Company as we play through the Fancy Pants campaign. Now, if you've been watching the last couple of videos, you'll have seen we haven't won every single campaign mission so far. It's not a huge deal, but it does set us back leading up to it. We're going to jump into mission number 6 here, and we're going to make the decision: do we want a superconductor or financial instruments? Superconductor, I believe, we get more power, creates more power when it's connected to the HQ. So if we do like Rennie did last game and have a bunch of wind turbines connected to our HQ, we're going to get 100% more power, which is great. Or like we got at the end there, when our geothermal plant was connected to the base. The other option is financial instruments, which is a bit more passive. It's going to give us 25% cut of our rival's debt interest. And we'll see how that goes. I like the financial instruments just because it's a little bit more passive. Superconductor, you got to plan a little bit more ahead, and I don't really build my my games around power at the moment, especially because we've got that cold fusion, everything's sort of based on water. But it could be something to consider, especially because doubling the output of a geothermal vent could be quite useful. But if there's no geothermal vents near the resources we want, is that going to be worth it? We'll choose later though for now. Let's see what we're going for. So mission reward, free Offworld market would be pretty big. This one could mean a little bit more though, because I think we won the Sinai Planum one. We'd get a 50k adjacency bonus. Chemical refinery strikes, so chemical refineries aren't going to be making as much. I think we're going to try this just to... I think it's going to optimize a little bit better. Large plains, dry ice, rare resources. So it could be a bit tough. Especially that underground nuke squad that sort of really messed me up last game. Lowering my water output. Now we already have an engineer for an off-world astronaut. We're not going to need more than one, I don't believe. I would like to have an optimization center technician though. The downside being chemical refineries are going to be a bit harder to do. Where are we at for this? Okay. Oh wow, geothermal vents are doing 3 power? We really should maybe consider that. I would like an optimization center though, just because I think over the long term it kind of does help. So let's hire this guy. Or a patent lab. We're really not focused enough on one thing. We're kind of a bit all over the place. You know what? Electrolysis reactor's been really useful. So let's get both of these. We probably could not spend all our money and kind of go into the map with a bit more. But we'll see how we go. I'm going to go superconductor. And we're going to try and see if we can connect some of those geothermal vents. We are against Rennie. He, in theory, should be using a lot of power being a robot instead of fuel and things like that. Meze Song is an expansionist like me, and you can see my little fancy pants. And they're starting out with an energy vault, water engines. So they've got a bunch of bonuses as well that they've essentially been, you know, they're AI, but essentially they've been accruing over the course of the campaign. That does probably mean chemical refineries are going to be quite valuable, especially if aluminium, electronics, chemicals, and glass. So we really want to get electronics and glass if we can. Let's, where do we want to start scanning?
High levels of iron found.
Okay.
Ooh, a geothermal
There's a geothermal vent. There's a second one. Do I want to just go in a central location here and maybe... use carbon instead of steel, use black market. Do I want to just build between these guys? And sort of connect them pretty quickly? I could. It's going to create a lot... You know what, we'll do another scan. I don't think anyone's going to try and steal that spot. That's a nice spot. That's a very nice spot. You know what, I'm going to do that. That's really going to play in well. to our whole geothermal vent thing. We're going to get bonuses for that. I do want to start getting water pretty early, though. We don't really have any water close by. So we're going to need that. And, you know what? Water over here as well. So do I get the 3? I think I should get this one, because then I can potentially build next to it. And they'll sort of give each other those percentage bonuses. I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot of water this game. We still need glass, steel, and aluminium. So you know what? Let's put those last 2. Let's get some steel production. And some aluminium mining. Now what's that? That's 0.9 fuel. I don't know why I drive all the way out there for that. I can just get some nearby. There we go. So things are sitting up here. See all my little guys heading out.
A robotics HQ has been founded.
We're a little bit ahead of the game here, as we I think the rest of them kind of took longer scanning to look around, so we could kind of get the position we wanted. Not that it matters, as these guys are pretty far away.
A robotics HQ has been founded.
You see here, we're eating into fuel a fair bit. That's because, unlike the other matches, our ships are flying further. Hopefully it won't matter, though, as we get sort of our aluminium and steel up. I'll tell you to keep buying.
A robotics HQ has been upgraded.
There we go. Sell some of this, get a little bit of money on the board, hopefully. Because of the upgrade, we're actually falling a bit behind in some of these areas. So that's okay. Let's get this geothermal vent 6 power. Should be pretty massive. In theory, that should be 6 lots of $130 per second.
A robotics HQ
I'm not sure if it's going to really end up that way, but that could drive the price down, of course. But I want to build a greenhouse, or at least some electrolysis reactors. Here we go.
The black market is online.
Just because this is the kind of thing, especially as Expansionist, we kind of need a lot of this stuff. Water, of course, still being pretty cheap for now. But we are going to... Well, we're not going to need steel as much, certainly. Here we go. Look at that. 700 monies a second. Oop. I should have paid off our interest a little bit faster.
A robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Pirates.
Not 100% sure where we're getting silicon from already, but I won't scoff at it. Yeah, it's driving that price well down. But if we build another one, you know, it's going to be, even though it's going to drive that price down even faster, should make our life easier in other ways. And we are going to need to get electronics and chemicals. Electronics, of course, getting that aluminium, carbon, and silicon. Glass might be better to start with, though, as we are going to need glass as well. So what does that need? Silicon and oxygen. So yeah, we want maybe another electrolysis. Silicon's pretty cheap, so I'm not too worried about that at the moment. We will start that glass construction.
Let the bidding begin.
Interesting. Optimization Center Technician. We already have one, but it does sort of increase the speed at which they can go. That could be an issue, of course, with chemicals being so expensive. But it does also make me think we should try and get one of those as soon as possible. Potentially as well with food being kind of expensive. We're going to jump on that. We do have water to spare at the moment. Oh, yep, you start building. Sort of losing silicon. So I thought we had silicon incoming before, but maybe not. I would like to get some. What's that going to be? One for 14 fuel, one for 17 fuel. Yeah, we'll get some from you. Just to really keep those costs down. glass is obviously going to be super useful.
I hate those filthy bandits.
Now, fuel has become very, very cheap, but it means instead of using up our water, we're using the power now. Sorry, not fuel, power is getting very cheap. Now we built the first elemental quarry, which means we might be the first people getting silicon. If that's the case, I'm a bit worried.
Our robotics HQ has been upgraded.
Yeah, we sold our water, drove the water cost right into the ground with the power. So the bonuses we're getting to power may not really be worthwhile this game. So what we should do, of course, is sort of drive up the use of water for now. Because we're getting sort of cheap fuel. We got fuel coming out the wazoo. Okay, and we get a little bit of food and a little bit of electronics for upgrading our HQ, so that's always nice. So where's this? That's going to be there. Let's build some more of these. We've got 2 claims left, so I'd like to get an optimization center if I can, and maybe another glass kiln. It's using up oxygen silicon, so... Oh, we lost control of a metal mine. That's not very nice.
You can't let them get this. Build it now
teleportation would be
before
quite
it's correct.
handy, just so we're not using up fuel. Fuel is kind of expensive. Other people, of course. It also means you can't get targeted by pirates being in the way. So on this map, it could be quite valuable. It's going to be very expensive, though, it looks like. But I'm happy to pay it.
Congratulations.
Speaking of, let's look at... Renee doesn't have a lot coming in
Our robotics HQ has been
from
upgraded.
range. Marseille does. What does she have? Metal, aluminium. Aluminium's kind of expensive. What does this guy have? 8 damaged metal mine. So that's interesting. I could obviously target some Renee's water, perhaps. It is very cheap at the moment, and that would potentially drive that power up. You know what? I am going to get some pirates. I'm going to intercept his silicon,
Our robotics
water,
HQ has been upgraded.
and aluminium. Right here.
Pirates. I
Being
hate
so close to
those
his base,
filthy
though, he has a
bandits.
chance of building out to destroy it if he really wants to. How many have we got? Let's get that optimization center and another glass kiln. It's going to use up our silicon production, but that's not going to matter too much. Our metal mine... That's not our metal mine. Okay. Not too worried about that. I thought there was going to be 4 people in this match, but there's only these guys. That way we can. Although we're pretty heavily in debt at the moment, which isn't great.
The black market is open for business.
Some more stuff
Optimization
is
center
being
is
hit
ready.
by underground
Time to
nukes,
start improving everything.
which is not great. That's why I'm sort of behind on water. However, it does mean that I'm using power now instead of water for certain things. One of the downsides, though, of course, is I'm only getting trace amounts of water from this, and I can't sort of give up that claim to move it. Could be worth me getting a solar condenser instead. What would that
Let
get?
the bidding begin.
Perpetual motion. This could be pretty cool as well. Not that I'm really using up a lot of power. But it means like they're not going to be using as much power. Especially Rennie. So I want to buy this out from under him if I can. I'm probably not going to go above 20k. Looks like it's not worth that much to him either.
Sold.
And there's no other real ways to get water for me at the moment. But oxygen and carbon, I think, are a little bit more expensive. So I'm going to bust this guy out. And, oh, it needs ice. Shit. I can't. No. Some of my workers are slacking. Those slackers. You know, we'll give us just an adrenaline boost. And let's go to town on these guys, I think. Is going to make our use of stuff pretty massive. Whoa, shortage of everything across the board here. What is the best? One of these. And look, I'd like my water to be a little bit better as well. Whether that's the most efficient thing or not, I'm sure you can argue. But boosting this guy up, why is this guy not building? Okay, he didn't have the go-ahead. Now, I'm not confident with our essentially our purchasing power this game. There is a building strike there. I'm going to put a goon squad on it just so no one else can sort of target it. Now, what happened to our aluminiums? That was ours. Oh, all this time. Thought it was someone else's. Maybe someone had mutinied it, because I thought I saw the ship going to someone else. Still making money from steel, a lot of money from glass.
Our methods continue to improve.
Look, we're making actually we're making decent money from the geothermal plant. Sort of keeping us in the black here.
The new building is available for auction.
Yes, definitely want one of these. Just because I got power to spare. And no one else wants to bid on it, it seems.
Congratulations.
Look at that. Pleasure Dome's using 0.25 power, but it's a crazy party spot. And because we've got the fanciest pants, I think it kind of lends itself to that. Now, I would like to upgrade again, maybe, and get a little bit more stuff happening here. 30. Wow, we really should build an electronics plant. Do we have? No, there's no mutinies, so we can't really mess someone else up. How close are we here? Not the closest. We are going to need that aluminium and steel. Steel production's pretty low. Let's buy some of that now, just because the price is so low. How close are we now? Still need a lot of steel and aluminium. Could get one of these guys to bring us a bunch of aluminium. Oh, I bought it now. Or we can get him to bring us a bunch of water. You know what? Aluminium's right there. Send him out. Oh, may not matter. We can upgrade. There we go. Fuel and carbon. Carbon's kind of expensive. Did everyone use up the carbon? I don't really see the ice. 0.5 oxygen and 0.5 carbon. That might be better than just dropping it on one of those carbon spots. Especially because I believe I have teleportation. And if you believe it, it'll happen. So let's make some of these. Electronics.
The black market is open for business.
So that's 30.
You can't let them get this. Bid now before
Minus
it's too
50%
late.
sabotage damage for buildings 1 tile away from your HQ. I'm not overly concerned about that.
Sold.
Fuel is very, very cheap currently. So what uses fuel? Chemicals use fuel. Chemicals are very expensive, but it's not going to be terrible to have some. Electronics is kind of where it's at the moment, and all this stuff, so let's boost that up with an adrenaline. And let's optimize the shit out of some of this. It's really getting to sort of that time where we need to buy a lot of modules. We kind of need to catch up a little bit here.
The engineers have advanced our production.
This is electronics. Plenty of aluminium. Essentially, I just want to buy whatever's cheapest for me at the moment. 45,000 cost, of course. Ooh. We're definitely saving a lot of money on fuel thanks to always shipping oxygen Offworld. He's going to be getting huge amounts of money. No one's really got any debt except for Maisie Song. Maybe we can purchase a slowdown strike, but that's kind of aggressive. It is an aggressive game, though. We are sort of getting to the countdown point where modules, we're towards that end game. Modules are more expensive, of course. Even just buying all those chemicals to upgrade it, offset a little bit by the couple of chemical plants I have, but probably not enough. I'm going to buy another one of these and boost that. So even just 1 a second, I think, is going to be really helpful. You know what? Fuel is actually really cheap at the moment, and
Optimization routine
might not be super useful, but we can build another electronics plant, sort of replace one with the other. It might be a bit too late. Max 36. There we go. A little bit of cash there. Some of that cash money. We've still got plenty of power coming in. We only needed to build one plant. I might have gone a little bit overboard on
the black market is open for business.
A robotics
geothermal
HQ
engineers.
has been upgraded.
You know what? Let's purchase a slowdown strike, and I'm more worried about all of this. So all of this stuff we're going to strike out here. This Maisie Song, I think, is doing incredible stuff too, though. She's got that Offworld Trading Center, of course, which I'd like to explode, but don't think it's going to happen. In fact, oh, whoa! 30 versus 10! Oh, no! I spent so much time worried about Rennie, and really it was that guy I should have been worried about. Again, he had the highest stock price, so he had a lot of value. Just wasn't buying modules. I think part of it would have been that Offworld Trading Center, just final money. She was in debt. Wow. I guess she should just spend for the last thing, but there you go. So I brought in 40k from that Pleasure Dome, so it was probably worth it. I think I only paid like 20 for it. But could I have spent that money elsewhere? Potentially. Oh, I've been dismissed from the competition. Sorry about that, guys. Do the laws of robotics forbid the booting of humans back to Earth? My database queries have returned empty. So we were defeated. We're playing maybe a little bit above our pay grade there as Fancy Pants. So that's going to be the end of the series. But we're going to see if we can fire up another one. If you're keen on it, let me know in the comments below. And maybe we'll play some of the game. And as always, make sure you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I can turn this around and actually win one for you. But I've been Dan. You've been watching the Non-Fiction Gaming Offworld Trading Company campaign. And I'll catch you next time.